It's just like old times, kind of, isn't it?
Except you dress better.
All right, if you guys have questions, tip them out in front of you. Go ahead. Go.
Chris, how much attention have you paid to this season's Heat and to see what they're doing, sort of remixing the mix, what they have now? What are your thoughts on this season's team?
Well, I mean, just the fact that they've been able to sustain the play throughout all the injury and then guys being out due to COVID and the different lineup switches and stuff like that. I mean, anytime you're coming into this part of the season, having home court advantage is what you want. So, I mean, they're a complete team. I know they want to get more minutes with their main guys, with Lowry and Bam and Tyler and all that stuff. But, I'm sure as the season wears on and as they continue to figure it out, they'll be able to come around to something and just, compete. You're going to have to beat them here, and that's not going to be an easy task.
I don't know if Bam is a mini-me version of you or not, but he seems to do a lot of the things you do. He was a protege for a while also. What's it like to see him take these steps he's on now, his campaign for Defensive Player of the Year, and sort of the takeoff point from when you saw him as a young pup?
Well, I mean, with the Defensive Player of the Year, that just shows commitment to his growth that he wants to show as a player. Because committing to playing defense, that's huge. I'm glad that people are nice enough to try to make the comparisons. I tell Bam all the time, I would shoot way more. If I was in that offense, it wouldn't even be close. He's more giving, you know what I'm saying? And that allows the offense to have more continuity. They can flow more. Him and Duncan Robinson, that two-man game, you can tell they have great chemistry just off of that. So they'll be able to continue to build for the future. And on top of that, I mean, he's got a lot of options. If he really wants to just get into film and continue to get better, he's going to be able to do that.
Chris, welcome back. I know you just told Jackson not much has changed since you were inducted in the Hall of Fame, but within the NBA fraternity, when you run into guys that you've either played with or that you played against, has things changed in those interactions since being a Hall of Famer?
Not really.
Yeah.
In my mind, yeah. So, for me, it was more so about completion. So, I was saying earlier, I empathize with those who have given so much to the game, and then, they're 50, 60, 70 years old, still attempting to accomplish that. People give their lives for that, and just to be able to be in a situation where I can call myself a Hall of Famer, I mean, it's surreal. And then it's pretty much just like having an old trusty thing on your hip. You know what I mean? I haven't had to shoot it yet. I haven't had to mention it to anybody, but if I need to, I will.
Chris, when it was a big deal when you were kind of slid over to the 5 and sort of the positionless, small ball type thing. What I know you did. When you look at the way the game has evolved since, though, do you feel in some ways that you were a little bit of a pioneer in that sense? And how much more effective do you think you could be with the style of play that is going on right now?
I'll answer that backwards. So with the way that the play is going on now, it's amazing just to see the spread and the movement and stuff and playing faster. And like now you can shoot it and nobody will say anything. You can just shoot any shot you want. For me, I always I didn't know it would be this fast and this many threes. I'm not going to lie to you, but I remember in the last couple of years when I was playing, especially that last year, I was feeling like, man, I shot 5 threes today. I can shoot more. And I think we can play a little faster, and I think we can do all these things. And now you have load management and stuff like that. I mean, even, watching the game tonight, PJ isn't playing heavy minutes, Kyle isn't playing heavy minutes, and the team is still able to go on and be successful. So, I do miss the game, not in a sense where I want to play it. I just, I am definitely envious of the guys who get to play in this era of ball, because this is the thing that I think we kind of saw and envisioned and hoped that the game would be like.
Chris, I know you're all over the place, but when you come back in this building, what memories come to mind when you return here?
Man, it was so much work done. I mean, there's no singular memory, of course. Like you have, it's so many. Pick a flavor. Just even on this court, and that goes with what happened during the games and the practices, the grinding, the weight sessions, the training sessions, just driving up into the arena every day was an experience, and just to kind of see it now, it's a lot goes through. I love the fact that they always have the pictures and stuff, so the memory stays fresh.
In the last few years, from watching from kind of, I guess, a distance, what impresses you most about Spo and what he's able to do to get the most out of his teams?
Really, just how he's evolved and how they've continued to be successful and compete. I know Spo. That's probably his main thing that he's talking about every day is competing, playing together, playing fast, and they're doing all of those things. But more so, the Heat culture, playing defense, helping out your teammates, competing every night, making sure that we're playing winning basketball. That's still intact. That's good to see. There's a lot of young guys, a mix of young and old talent, which is great to see too. And I mean, the sky's the limit for this team on top of what they can do regarding this year and the years after. All right. Thank you guys, man. Good to see you, man.